Let's begin with today's numbers. SoFi stock closed down around 1.06%, finishing the regular session at approximately $14.66. The high for the day reached around $15.20, while the low wasn't far off from the closing price. Overall, the broader market stayed cautious, waiting for something significant to push it in either direction. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Daily Stock Update. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads, and also enter our giveaway. But before that, alert, this is not a financial advice video. Economic data like the Producer Price Index, PPI, and initial jobless claims came in flat, neither particularly encouraging nor alarming. This left markets slightly up, but still very much in wait-and-see mode. That something significant, however, came from an entirely different direction. After hours, news broke that one country launched a military strike against a rival in its region. Though I'm not naming any countries, this sudden development was enough to rattle the market. SoFi stock dropped sharply in after-hours trading, about 2.6%, and oil, it surged by nearly 0.5%. That reaction isn't surprising. When military action breaks out in sensitive regions, oil prices tend to spike and stock markets often recoil. Investors are trying to understand whether this will escalate or pass quietly. As long as uncertainty remains, expect some shakiness in the broader market. But moving back to SoFi specifically, aside from the global headlines, the company did release some news of its own. SoFi published a report highlighting the difficulties young people face in financing higher education. While it's informative and positions SoFi as a thought leader, the report itself doesn't act as a major catalyst. It's not likely to push investors to buy or sell aggressively. However, some excitement did come from a post shared by a trusted Twitter user named Chris. According to him, SoFi Invest, Sophie's investing platform, just received a significant upgrade. While features like these already exist on many other platforms, SoFi users will now have better access to data like analyst ratings, success rates, and historical calls. For instance, a new analyst rating just came out, giving SoFi a $20 buy recommendation. This came from an analyst with a 56% success rate. It might not sound like much, but for SoFi, it reflects growing confidence from professional analysts. This is also a good sign that SoFi is following through on promises made in previous investor chats, where they spoke about upgrading their investment platform. If they continue on this path, the platform could start competing with some of the top-tier players in the market. Now, on the topic of short interest, there was some movement here as well. Short sellers returned around 58,000 shares today, but overall, roughly 13% of SoFi's float remains shorted. That translates to about 140 million shares still betting against the stock. While short activity was light today, tomorrow could be a different story. Given where SoFi is trading after hours, short sellers might try to push it below 14.50 cents. That's an important psychological and technical level. Looking at the options market, there was a lot of bullish activity. $25 million worth of call options were purchased compared to just $549 million in puts. Around 44% of all option contracts lean bullish, and many of them targeted strike prices in the $15 to $16 range. This suggests institutional investors are positioning for upside, at least before the after-hours drop caused by geopolitical news. Now, let's talk volume. Where is the buying and selling coming from? Over the last week, most of the volume has come from algorithmic trades. But today was different. Big money was stepping in. Transactions worth over $100,000 were showing up in both the secondary market and dark pools. One notable trade happened after the market closed, a $17.2 million transaction. What's interesting is the timing. It happened about an hour before news of the conflict broke. That raises questions. Did someone know what was coming? Technically speaking, the 14.40 cents level is now a key point of support. Right now, SoFi is bouncing between what's known as R1 and R2 levels, with 14.40 being a crucial floor. If SoFi closes below that level tomorrow, we may be looking at a dip toward 13.50 cents next week. However, SoFi is still trading above its 100-day moving average of $13.41, which is a good sign. Unless tomorrow brings really bad news, like a disastrous Michigan consumer sentiment report, we may avoid that drop. Looking at the options chain, there are 76,000 open contracts at the $14.50 strike. That level will be a battlefield between bulls and bears. Short sellers will try to keep the price under that number, especially going into a weekend. There are also 27,000 contracts at the $15 strike, which means bulls will aim to push past that number. Friends, that's all we have for you today. What is your opinion about today's video? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching.